a subject that again relates to the healing, of course, but is a bit more boring in some sense, but again is still on the legal side. And so for this module 7, there is a number of laws you still have to be upheld to. So there is always potential to be sued by anyone, so there's always a recommendation to get insurance. Normally to get any insurance for complementary therapy you have to have a certification of some type. Most of them will require some certification, and this is why we offer a certificate for people that want to do the assessment course, to say that you've had some training and someone's assessed that training. So I've done training as an instructor, as a teacher, and I've done training as an assessor, which is formally recognised. So I'm happy to certificate courses when I'm happy that that person has that knowledge and is following that knowledge. So do look at what insurance companies may require, and I would recommend some sort of insurance, even if you're doing it just on donations, voluntary, because you still need to look at that insurance aspect. Tax aspect. If you're taking any money, whether it's donation or not, then you've got to uphold the tax laws. Now tax returns, if you're working and you do your own business, it's not a lot to do tax returns. They're not that hard, and again the tax office is now offering a lot of training as well to help people complete these tax returns. There are courses that they offer, and again there's loads of information on their websites and .gov.uk if you're British, and if you're not British, I'm sure there'll be your own government websites that'll be teaching you different laws on tax. So it's just to bear in mind that we are looking at the law on insurance and any tax issues is really the main ones. Again, if you play music when you're doing treatments, you may need a music license. Again, they're not expensive, but it's still a requirement, so some money goes back into the music industry. So copyright really, so it's protecting the music industry. If you do any music with people, it's classed as you're publicly playing that music. So you need to look at the laws in there. So as part of the study projects, you need to go off and study the law and taxes for your country. You need to go out and study and get ideas of the prices on insurance and quotes, ideally, and what certifications required, and just having a look at any other laws that relates to the music, for instance, is one of them, which is quite an important one, because again you can get done. And then there's, if you hold information on people, the laws have changed on holding information. You need to study how you protect people's information, and again whether there's any money involved. If you was holding lots of information online, then, and you're holding lots of information on paper, there is differences, and there's differences in how that has to be protected. So again, you need to go off and study all that. It's no good me sitting here doing a 2-3 hour video explaining all these laws to you. One, you're in a different country possibly, so the laws are different. You need to study the laws in your country that you'll be working. Or if you're working you live in one country and working in another country, sometimes you need to study their laws because it could be different again. So the project for you to go off, the study project, is the laws on insurance, the laws on tax, any copyright on music, and making sure you've got the valid licenses. So, and it's not to fear the tax system either. When you understand the tax system, it makes sense. Laws on information is quite important, and another one that's a law that's very easy to break are the laws on advertising. So as part of the project, you need to go off and do a project study on the laws on advertising. So I can't turn around and say guaranteed cure for cancer. Yeah, come to me, pay me 25 quid, 30 quid, and I can cure your cancer. The advertising authority will be all over me. I would have to validate that I could do it. So I'd have to have case studies of where people come to me with recorded cancers have been treated with me for whatever treatments is required, and have gone away and been totally cured in the eyes of the medical profession. So the cancer's there in the eyes of the medical profession, the cancer's gone, and I've treated it in the middle, and that person agrees that the treatment was the cure. And I'd have to have a huge amount of them case studies to be able to say that I can cure your cancer. So, and I don't have that information, and there's reasons that I don't have that information. There's reasons why I don't even try and record that information. And again, you need to understand the laws that relate to your country. Otherwise, you have to be very careful in what claims you're making. With any business, you have to be very careful on what claims you're making. So again, that's part of the study project. So you need to go off and study that. So you may need to write down so you remember laws on tax, laws on insurance, some rules on insurance, music license if you're going to play any music, privacy laws, advertising laws.